Okay.
Happy New Year, everyone, and thank you for joining us. This is going to be a leaders call for discussing and strategizing the Trim Up 60-day challenge, and just touching on a few household
House cleaning
issues. Yeah. Do you want to start with that, Phil?
Nope.
All righty. Then we'll jump right in. I know y'all just were chatting for a second about the Trim Up, and I caught the gist of what you were saying, and I think what we have all kind of spent the last 24, 36 hours doing is kind of trying to figure out and muddle our way through what seems like an awesome opportunity and incentive for us in our businesses, but there's also lots of details, and whenever there's lots of details, that leaves lots of room for confusion or question. I think that our history with Plexus is that something gets rolled out, and then they come back to us because they hear feedback from us and they adjust things. What I'm going to encourage you,
right?
Sure. Like even just as recently as the
move the date for.
Go ahead and finish your statement.
They moved the date for when you could register, when you could actually move your auto ship. Now you have until the 9th.
Right. Having said that, though, I want to encourage everyone so that we maximize momentum is to not get stuck on what doesn't qualify or what we don't know, like Erica was kind of saying, what we don't know about the program, but take what you know, take where you know this is going to be most impactful, and we're going to talk about that. Sarah Marble did a video on this, and she's hoping to have it loaded to YouTube if it's not already, so I can share with you, but her message to the Julie yesterday was, this is a promotion for our current ambassadors and our current customers more than anything. Do not try to use this as a way to entice someone to join the business. Right now, as it is, the rules state that you have to have a backup order or a preferred customer. You have to have an unconditional order met for 2 months, and welcome packs don't count. So instead of this would be a great example of, instead of getting all worked up and upset to think, well, I wanted to put this person on my team, but this is not going to count. Guys, people don't know what they don't know. If they want to join your team and start a business, just let them join your team and start a business, and then talk about Trim Up afterwards. If they are a current potential that you're working with and you know they need to lose weight, get them as a preferred customer for 2 months. Don't worry about trying to add them to your team until that 3rd month. They're going to be more likely, if they've participated in Trim Up, they're going to be excited, committed to the products, have some results, and they'll be your best salespeople 3 months in versus trying to get them, I want them on my team by February 1st. If you have that situation, I think it's ideal to have somebody join in January, get them started with their welcome pack, and if they show interest, and as you're talking to them and seeing their results, have them switch then February 1st to be a Trim Up Challenger, and then they can continue that way and finish through February and March.
Okay, let's reset. What are they looking at right now?
So we wanted to share our screen because I think for all of you, you've probably figured this out in the last day or so, but as you're talking to your teams, the very first statement that I said about, even though Plexus in the past has changed things, let's count on this program not changing. Let's go with what's in front of us. And the awesome thing is we've never had this much information in our hands to run a program like we do with this. This is in your back office under your shareables. So when you go into your back office and you can find your tools, then you're going to go down to shareables, and then under shareables, this would be promotions, your 60-day Trim Up. It's all right there. You do have to download. In order to share those, you need to download those PDFs, with the exception of the video. You can run the video on your own. But all of those resources are things that you can share with public, with the exception of the ambassador frequently asked questions. I gave you yesterday on our team page, there is kind of 3 conversations to have in follow-up using these links. And as I stated in the comments and people still got upset about it, was, don't use my link for my shareable. Go in and put your own link so you're directing people back to your website. The great thing about these tools is that after somebody watches this, they can click and actually be taken right to your website. So I think that this is really, really important and a great way for us to point people back to their back office to start utilizing. We've got the social badges as you scroll down. that we can start using as people start, completing challenges, things that we want to use. And then you have, I love the one. Join My Squad. You can use that now.
That's what a great hipsters use, Squad.
Yeah,
All
the
cool
under
people.
40s. You're not. Erica's pointing at herself. A few more months, right?
I don't know. I know that we've got some squad goals.
Oh my God! If your kids heard you. So, and they have committed. The other cool thing is that they have committed to adding to this archived library for us. So there'll be new shareables, new graphics, if you will, for us to use. And then obviously then there's the clinical study with the triplex. As it relates to that, there's a couple of things I want to make sure that we talk about that we can, again, it's all in the delivery of the information and how you talk to your team about it. At this point, there isn't this, international ambassadors cannot participate they're not eligible for the prizes. However, they have access to all the same resources that we have. So when and if you have somebody that's from Canada or Australia or New Zealand that's interested or is a current ambassador, you can still encourage them to participate. Plexus says they're going to do something for them different. There'll still be some sort of benefit to them to participate. So make sure that we stay positive so our teams stay positive.
So let's reset. Who is this for? Who are we trying to target?
Why are you muted? Oh,
customers and ambassadors.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
People
inactive ambassadors?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. New customers?
Yes, you could do new customers, but also existing customers.
Existing customers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what are the parameters? What's the minimum expectation to be able to participate? What do you have to do?
I'm asking you.
Yeah,
I'm asking them.
I'm asking anybody.
2 months with 125. Is it PB or just total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that puts us 5 cents short if they just get the triplex. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
So we are going to have to sell an accompanying product with it, like Boost or Accelerator or Protein. That would be a good thing to start on the belly buster thing. People really like that.
Yep.
Some people really like meal replacements.
Sure.
Beyond me, but whatever. For 2 months, and the registration starts on the 1st, but they have to have 2 consecutive months, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And those orders really, they have to be unconditional. This is the thing. We want to make sure that we know all the details and we're sharing those details because we don't want somebody to participate that was an ambassador that maybe was an inactive and then they come back and they're like, but I didn't do it the second month because I had plenty of product. We don't want anyone to miss out. So make sure that we set the parameters. And I think we tend to get apologetic. Don't be apologetic. There's nothing to be apologetic. There's over $60,000 worth of prizes available with this challenge. So the opportunity is in everybody's hands. Everybody has the same opportunity and everybody has the same qualifications.
Can I start January 1st? Can I start January 15th?
Yep.
Can I start March 1st?
Yep.
So it's gonna end the end of March.
Well, I think it says March 15th is the last day you can register.
Okay.
Oh.
So when will prizes be announced? Do y'all know
June
that?
9th. So at the end of convention, or even post-convention, I guess.
Wow.
We were really hoping that they would do it at convention. We thought that would be kind of fun. But obviously, since it's for customers and ambassadors, yep. And here's the premise. They want us to have an opportunity to run this as a campaign and not be like, well, we're doing this awesome thing for the next couple months, but you missed it because you didn't decide in January to do this with me. So many people think January 1st that they're going to figure out how to control their weight loss on their own. And it's many times that we're hearing from them in February or March, like, oh, I tried to get to the gym. I tried this at home and I just can't do it. I need some help. So I think that's really in our favor. That's also in our favor with a brand new customer who wants to build a team because that's another way for them to get customers in the process. If somebody, I did read this on the Jules page, and as information comes out, I'm going to be sharing it with you. If somebody does the challenge from January to March and the contest does not end until June 9th, or the winners are not announced till June 9th, they are going to be required, based on communication through the Trim Up Challenge, to continue to provide pictures so that people don't do a crazy 60-day program and then put all the weight back on in the next 60 days and they show up in June looking like they did in January.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how they're going to judge this. Like, how are they going to determine a winner? It's not like Biggest Loser. I mean,
Right. It's based on a percentage, and again, I will get that posted for y'all. But I know like 10% of your scoring is based on your social media presence.
Right. Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, how are you going to say that they don't flub the numbers or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what Phil said. He's like, they're not asking for their weight. They're just asking for before and after pictures. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, because with so much editing software, I mean.
Hey, I bet.
I did look real good.
I didn't even go there with the Photoshop.
I bet the A-Barts are going to win.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. So, okay. So we know the what. Now we know the when. So the when is really January 1st until March the 15th. So it's not like you have this short window to get customers in. You need to be doing this over the next truly 75 days.
Well, and how awesome too is it for all of us included, and all of our team that starts participating in January, has results, and somebody by the 1st or mid of February are like, what are you doing that you've recommitted to? You've been doing Plexus for 2 years, but wow, you look really great in the last 30 or 45 days. And then that's another, increased incentive for people to go, okay, I'm going to jump on board with you because there's something different about what's working now.
Okay, which ties into the next thing, which is participation.
We are asking that everybody that can and will participate. The more of our team, we are both going to participate. The more of us that participate, even if you've met your health goals and your weight loss goals, participating will send a message because by nature of you being active and a part of it, you will draw people in to that part of your business. And the difference in this, I know so many times I hear people say, well, I just like to get people in with X Factor. I just like to get people started with ProBio. This sets you up financially as an ambassador really, really well. If you have 5 participants, y'all, in this program, you're putting your PV at $700 with 5 customers doing the Trim Up Challenge. Whereas I know lots of you guys have sat with 5 customers and you're still struggling to get to that 500, myself included, because I have somebody buying chewables, I have somebody buying ProBio, I have somebody buying X Factor. And this is where, again, I would say don't get apologetic. Don't even get really tricky with how you're trying to set up. Like I heard Katie and I thought initially, well, maybe that could be a good idea, but don't do this. Don't say, we'll get 2 bags of Slim and that count and you guys split it and do the challenge together. This is an individual challenge. Set the bar that they're worth it to spend the $125 on themselves for 2 months, even if it requires sacrifice. And that will set everything up really well. We wanted to throw out there's going to be enough support through the corporate emails and the communication that happens there that we don't feel like as a team we should have an additional Trim Up Challenge page focus, because again, we know that those kinds of things can get lost if we're not consistently posting to them. Then we can set people up to be disappointed. So we can talk about that, but that's kind of what we were thinking.
We don't want to, there's so many pages. We don't want to add another page. Unless y'all want to add another page.
And somebody else wants to run it.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. We're not stopping you. We're just not going to set up another page.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what else I had on there. So really the product list that is there for the weight loss management products, those are what's included. I want to make sure too, when you see Triplex is on there, BioCleanse and ProBio by themselves are not included. So that means that you can't go and say, well, I'm going to buy a Triplex 1 month and then the next month buy 3 bottles of ProBio or whatever it would equal in a bottle of BioCleanse. It has to be, and they look at that as a SKU number. So Triplex really is with the Slim. Now you did probably see too, though, you can buy Slim on its own. So you could do Slim and a couple of bags of 96 if that works better for people. We can certainly keep a running post up that's going through all of our, Hi, we're on a call.
Didn't even say that, but okay.
Dogs don't speak English.
But I totally lost my train of thought. I can't remember what I was going to say on that. But
Okay, so what about setting up your unconditional order so that you're actually, as an ambassador, getting in the game? So it's $125, right? Okay, it's an expense for anybody. What we're doing is I'm setting it up for the 16th because we get paid on the 15th as unconditional, and so that way, we're covered. So that's just another strategy. If you've got people that want to do it, like, well, I'm, money's tight or whatever, set up on the 16th. Simple. Tell me what your strategy is going to be and how you're going to kind of rebuild your customer base using the 60-day trim challenge. So give me how you're going to reach out to people and what your daily method of operation is going to be.
well,
Putting you on the spot because we haven't talked
thank
about
you.
this.
Yes, I've thought about it some. No, I definitely am going to start with my level 1 ambassadors that are inactive or not currently hitting 100 PV a month for sure. I'm going to start there. Then I'm also going to go through my customer list. I like, as we've talked about many times before, I think I'm going to put together a video message or a voice message and send those personally to people and just invite them, knowing a little bit about their personality the best I can, really highlighting what it is that I think will draw them in. If I know that they've been frustrated with their weight loss, I'm going to talk about that. If I know that they're a blue and they love the opportunity to win things, if they're a Disney freak, whatever it might be, I'm going to try to connect there. And then I'm going to really use those 3 follow-up with the video, with the shareable resources, and I'm going to pop those in. I'm going to be posting as much as possible about with using the shareables on my page. Phil made a really great point though this morning about posting.
Yeah, so we had a great call with one of our superstar leaders, and here's the analogy I want to give you. Posting every day on Facebook is like a business that has a billboard, right? If I hang a billboard, that's posting on Facebook. The days that I don't post on Facebook is like when my billboard gets blown down by bad weather and nobody driving by sees it. But it's just a billboard. How many businesses do you all know that solely rely on a billboard as a way to run their business and attract customers? I venture to say it's none.
The billboard company.
Yeah, the billboard company who makes money off of the billboard. That is it. So hanging a billboard, posting on Facebook every day, great. Hang that billboard. But you've got to do what Jen just talked about and things that you all do from strategy standpoint of reaching out and doing those individual touches to actually make an impact in your business.
And then even current customers, I have a new customer from last month that is likes our products, thinks that they're great, believes in them, but hasn't seen yet a whole lot of results. She takes full ownership. She's like, we've just finished the holidays. She's like, I've recommitted as of Monday. My second order came out. I shared with her, I said, and she doesn't even have, when I talked to her about weight loss goals, she has more fitness goals, not weight loss goals. But she's excited about doing the Trim Up Challenge because I can tell her personality. What little I know about her is she's competitive. Mm-hmm. And so, Andrea, why Phil's so stuck on the 11-year-old girlfriend? I don't even understand it. He was his girlfriend when he was like 11 years old, and he's like, oh, anyway. Really funny, actually.
I have no contact with her, but my wife is like,
yeah, but you get all giggly. It's just funny. Get all giggly with it. It's really hilarious.
Yeah. We have the same thing over here.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. No, except for when he was 11 was a lot sooner ago. Does that make sense?
More recent.
Yeah. A lot less time.
A lot less time ago. Anyway.
That's funny. So anyway, don't assume somebody would not want to participate, I think is the message. She had ordered triplex with Edge, so we're talking about let's order triplex and block for the next 2 months and see how that goes. So be creative that way. Share your ideas as you come up with something. If you have an idea that you're kind of thinking about right now, go ahead and share with us and share with the team so we can all utilize.
Awesome. Questions?
I said if they had anything to share, they could.
So this is a great way to talk to those potentials that have been lingering November, December, that have just kind of been in and out. They like all my Plexus stuff, but they don't necessarily reply to my messages. So this is going to be, I have like 8 or 9 of them. I'm going to hit them with this kind of heavy duty because, do it with me.
Mm-hmm.
I like what you said about the video message too, because on Facebook Messenger, you can do a 30-second really quick video message, and that's more impactful even than a voice message. And obviously both are much more impactful than a text message. So
the one thing though, like I have one girl that contacted me and said she wanted to order more supplements, and she hasn't been in since the switch in October, 2 Octobers ago. So I was going to have her just join our team. But then she replied and said that when she saw the trim up, she was like, this looks really great. So I already gave her all the info on joining as an ambassador and why she should do that the day before the trim up came out. So I'm kind of stuck as to what's the right thing to do with her. I don't know. I think that because we're so focused on building our team that adding ambassadors seems kind of like not the first thing adding customers isn't necessarily always the first thing I want to do.
Right.
Well, so I have a thought on that, I guess, because I was actually talking to Jen and Phil about this. I have an ambassador just joined my team. She can't really afford to do anything, this upcoming month in January, but if they can register up until March 15th, then realistically, maybe after she makes a little bit of money in January, then she'll be in a better place to try the trim up challenge, and then she can add block to her backup order because she's already eating triplex and edge, but she really likes edge, so she doesn't want to give it up. So then she could do that, and then she can participate starting in like February.
Yeah,
right,
totally.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with throwing it out there and say, here's your options. I really think I know that you like getting a deal. And so obviously all the reasons that you sent her, Erica, at the beginning before the trim up challenge, those are still all valid reasons to go ahead and join your team in January and start sharing the products and getting other people excited about it. You can tell her there's no reason why she can't start the trim up challenge through her husband, through herself. People in other network marketing businesses spend $5,000, $6,000, $1,000 to get started. We panic when we ask somebody to do more than the $99 with, $125 with their $34.95. So maybe she spends a little bit more and she does both in the first month to be prepared, or she could do like Diana said and sign up in January and start the trim up challenge in February.
Yeah, I think it's good that they can register till March because that gives people time to plan too, that need to financially figure it out. That gives them a lot of time. They should be able to do something by March.
Or we show people the numbers with signing up as an ambassador and getting 2 or 3 friends to do the trim up challenge with them. That's going to pay them up front their money and then some to be ready to do the trim up challenge for February moving forward.
That's true.
Anybody else have any ideas, suggestions, questions?
So I guess I just want to make sure, I guess it kind of goes without saying, if they can register up until March 15th, I would assume they're going to continue the support groups and everything for 60 days after that. So the people that sign up at the last minute still can take advantage of everything.
That is my understanding, but we will get clarification on that too. Yes.
Okay. And then what if, because I have some people that don't have Facebook, what if they don't have Facebook?
Well, I think that if the communication is going to come primarily through email when they register. So that shouldn't be a problem. Most people have email. And again, if they want to participate and it's just enough knowing that they're participating, then they wouldn't be dependent on the Facebook groups or the information anyway. So,
well, I just know, I think you said 10% of I guess their score or something, whatever counts towards this contest comes from social media.
Right.
So if they're not present on social media, then
maybe it will motivate them to do it. Don't get stuck in the, I feel like such a big thing of this with our team tends to be that we get stuck in the details and then we get apologetic. Yeah. We try to bend over backwards to make it work for everybody because we want everybody to do well. this is not going to be a program for everybody. This is not a program for pregnant people. I've got the question in whether or not before and afters count. Jennifer's supposed to say, are you pregnant? Or you have a question? Just don't make it a bigger deal. Our products and our opportunity are enough and are still amazing that if people don't fit in the box for the Trim Up Challenge, move on, add them to your team, help them grow a business, keep going. There's going to be personal incentives. I know that this is something that Sarah is very big on, Sarah Biergard. There's going to be a personal incentive on top of all of this monthly. So I know there's something coming in January that's going to be announced at Super Saturday. So there's lots of good stuff in place on top of this. We just want to be able to maximize this because I really do think, especially for those of us that have current team and larger teams with lots of zeros sitting around us, that this is an opportunity to bring some of those people back in.
So maybe use it as a tool like qualify them.
Yes, for sure.
Qualify them and say, okay, well, this is, you would have to be willing to do all of these things. Mm-hmm. Be present on social media, take before and after pictures, write an essay, right? Isn't there an essay portion?
Yes.
Oh boy.
So if they're not interested in, people are flaky. If they don't know they're not going to do it, then it's probably better that they join your team.
One other kind of niche angle too is I know that I have two people who are potentials who don't need to lose weight, but they have considered the business opportunity. It would be a good time for them to jump in because, what a great way to start off your business,
Yeah.
Right. You've got all these customers you got recruited, get them into this program. Exactly.
Everybody knows somebody that needs to lose weight.
Okay, Tracy, you had your hand raised.
Yeah, I might have missed this because I was late. I'm sorry I was late getting on. So if my conditional order, my conditional order is more than 125, then I can go ahead and sign up for the challenge tomorrow?
You can, but you need it to be unconditional to be included in the Trim Up Challenge.
Yeah, I'm sorry, unconditional.
Yes, yes,
correct.
So, that's all you got to do.
If that's set, then
You're good.
And to get the free shipping, it needs to be set between the 1st and the 16th of January.
To get the free shipping coupon code.
Right, and then if I have somebody that wants to do the challenge, they need to, when they register, they'll sign up as a preferred customer, and this needs to be 125.
Correct.
That's right.
Okay, thanks.
Perfect.
Yep.
Great question. All right, with that, I'm going to stop the recording and we'll keep going here for a second, but those that are watching, go out and make it happen.